Hey, it's Adamic with the Thriller Red Carpet Interviews from Cinequest 2020. If you want to jump ahead to interviews for specific films, look for the links in the description of this video. And for other Cinequest film categories like comedy and documentary, subscribe to my channel so you'll see when those videos are posted. Please make sure to like and share the videos because it helps out not only me, but the filmmakers as well. And now, here are the Thriller Red Carpet Interviews for Cinequest 2020.
Sometimes I look at the faces of the people that I drive day after day, and I wonder if they're actually dead. They all just seem so unhappy, in so much pain, even when they're trying not to show it. And then I think, what if this whole thing that we call life is actually the afterlife? And I'm the ferryman driving dead souls down an endless river, going nowhere. Because we are all already in hell.
Sunset on the River STYX is a psychological vampire thriller about a couple of down on their luck, morose lovers who meet, fall into a vampire cult, as one does, and then have to sort of sort out their personal issues and escape the vampires.
So clearly written from personal experience?
Almost 100%, yeah. The film is really based on a lot of personal experience dealing with a lot of depression and anxiety and those sort of things, and figuring out what to do with your future and how to reconcile that with your past.
Did you guys have any favorite moments or anything?
There's like a really trippy sequence towards the end of the film that like is going through time and space and lots of crazy things happening, and so that's a lot of fun to watch.
So a lot of special effects in this one?
Not too much. No,
Yeah.
we did a little bit of visual effects, but most of our effects are practical. A lot of very careful editing and shot placement.
Is there anything that you rigged up and you're like, this is going to work perfect, and then...
It all kind of went off without a hitch. It was great. Yeah, not a lot of problems. More problems with like logistical things than the practical effects.
Yeah. The effects all went pretty well. Our biggest issue was we had a process trailer day with a metro bus. We were loading onto a process trailer. It started raining and the bus fell off of the trailer. And we decided that's not what we were going to shoot that day after all.
I mean, is that like suddenly like a huge thing where you got to call on like the highway patrol and stuff? Or?
I mostly just remember standing on the side of the road in a ditch soaking wet, staring at the catastrophe in front of me.
Anything else people should know about the film?
Great. It's a good time. If you like vampires, I think we tried to put a little bit of a different spin on the mythos, which should be fun. But even if you don't like vampires, hopefully there's something in it for a lot of different audiences.
Hi, this is Allison Myers. I'm following up about the job opening in your design department. No, I already submitted a resume. No, I understand. It's already been filled. I see.
You enjoy your job?
This isn't really my job. I'm an architect. Just had setbacks. Come on, Neil. Are you Neil?
That's right.
That's not you.
If we could get moving. Yeah, I have it. It'll be inside a black bag. She is, but she'll be gone by the time I get there. You think it'd be possible to pull over?
We're almost there.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to insist.
What can I do for you, officer?
Looking for a pair of earrings. Emily Jane. Last week she was stabbed 8 times.
It's a very nice bracelet you have on.
I feel like something really bad is going to happen.
What about you, little Miss Driver? What are you really about?
Let me ask you something. It's been the worst night of your life.
Fox Hunt Drive is about Allison. She's a down on her luck Allison, down on her luck young professional who's driving for a rideshare service to make ends meet. And one evening she picks up the passenger, shady but handsome gentleman who's not what he appears to be. And through a twisted turn of events, she has to turn to the passenger for his help, and then spends the rest of the night covering her tracks, getting away from the police, and trying to find out who her passenger truly is.
So it's kind of a thriller mystery thing?
Big time. We leaned really heavily into the thriller genre.
So you wrote this or you directed it? Or?
Just directed.
Okay. Where'd the story come from?
Adam Armstrong and Marcus DeVivo wrote the screenplay, and Adam actually drove for Uber for a while. And so some of the stories may or may not be inspired by his time as a driver.
What was the hardest part about filming this?
Well, I would have to say that we had a difficult time getting crew sometimes because we shot the whole thing in Orlando, but we had a fantastic partner in Full Sail University, and they had a ton of students and grads and staff members come and help us out on our set. It was a fantastic experience.
I would say that one of the hardest and one of the most exciting nights that we had was when my co-star was a 6-foot Florida alligator.
Was that on purpose, or did you guys just walk outside and you found one?
No, luckily it wasn't a surprise. We had there were 3 wranglers who had to bring her into
the studio, the set.
Yeah, the set, and it was quite a night. There's a picture of me when she came in, and my hands are over my face and my feet are up on the couch, and it was a very exciting but thrilling time.
Now, when you agreed to do the role, did you know there was an alligator?
Yes.
You didn't spring it on her?
I didn't try and hide it. I felt like that'd be a big hide.
It was one of those scenes where you read it and you think, okay, how are they going to do that? And then I asked, and he was like, nope, that's really happening.
So you were thinking like rubber or CGI alligator?
I didn't know what to expect. Yeah, it was great.
Only practical effects in this movie.
Yes.
Anything for you?
I think the thing that started off as the most worrisome or difficult became the most fun element about it, which was that it was 90% night shoots. And so because health is paramount, just making sure that you were taking care of yourself every day, maintaining that schedule on your off days, and just making sure that you were staying sharp for a shoot that was, because your workday was 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. every day. So it was a little worrisome at first, and then I realized, oh, I kind of love this. I'm down with this vampire life for as long as they'll let me have it, you know?
Anything else people should know about Fox Hunt Drive?
It's a great film. You should definitely go see it.
And there's more than what meets the eye.
And there's a whole lot of action in the last 10 minutes of the film that's worth sticking around for.
The city's going into quarantine tomorrow. Get back! Get back! Nobody's gonna be able to leave. They're already shutting roads down.
Okay. Where are we going? It's not safe.
It is. The virus has not spread there yet. No one will know you're there.
What are you talking about? The second I'm there, everyone's gonna know.
It's gonna be fine.
Ava.
Welcome. It is so good to see you. Oh, sweetheart.
I don't want her family coming around the house.
Where is she supposed to go?
I don't care. She's gonna be her own mouth to feed. She doesn't know how to do anything. Just gonna have to.
A chance. I heard you were back in town. I wanted to say hello.
Don't come back here.
You just kind of left. Real young.
It didn't even feel like a choice.
Come on. Step away from the truck. Let's go home. Step out of the way, son.
Can't do that. This is family business. We're gonna be okay.
stay here. Maybe he should be here.
He's trying to do the best that he can, in his way.
You don't have to pretend to me. I know you're tough.
Tell me where he is.
Do it!
You are not going to die for me.
Keep your head down! What the hell are you doing?
It's about an aspiring or up-and-coming actress who has to flee Los Angeles in the wake of a pandemic that is spreading across the globe.
Did you write that this weekend?
No. You know what? We did not intend for this coincidence.
We're dealing with the coronavirus here.
Yes,
the festival's been cut short.
Yeah, to be fair, the virus in our film is way more deadly than the coronavirus. There's a lot more blood involved. But she flees Los Angeles where she lives, and she has to go back to her hometown in South Dakota, where she has to also face her past and the encroaching virus.
Now, you're an actress. You wrote this.
Yeah.
How much of yourself is in this?
You know,
like is the virus a metaphor for something else that you're fleeing?
It's about a woman facing her trauma, and I think that any woman has something to face from their past. Whether it's a person, or something in themselves they have to face. And the beautiful thing about throwing our character into the apocalypse is she has to confront herself as well as where she comes from in this hometown.
So, you wrote it. How did you get involved as the director?
We had done a short film together several years ago, and we really enjoyed working together. And so Jenna had approached me about doing a different script that she had written, which I loved. And I read it and I thought, this will be amazing to do, but it's going to cost us millions of dollars to make. And at the time we were aspiring filmmakers, so I said we can either wait and hope that someday we can raise money to do this, or we can work on a different script using materials that we have access to for free, that's a little bit more contained, make that in the meantime, and then use that as a springboard to do whatever we want. And so that's kind of how the initial conversations started. And the movie just snowballed from there. I'm from South Dakota originally, so I knew I could get my grandparents' farm. I knew that we had access to airplanes. My mom had...
You have access to airplanes?
Well, my dad's a pilot, like a private pilot, and a lot of his friends in South Dakota, that's kind of a hobby thing, that a lot of farmers have airplanes to crop dust, and so there's a lot of people who have them in ways that they don't have. It's not like a wealth thing really in South Dakota. It's like a lot of people just have them, and so I knew we could get that. I knew that we could have bars and restaurants who would give us those locations. My mom tutored a guy from the National Guard who said that he would give us tanks.
We also.
I'm pretty sure you're the only film here that has tanks.
Yeah.
Well, because it's I think this grassroots filmmaking where people believe in the project, they know us personally, and they want to be able to contribute whatever they can. And so to me, it's kind of like, what is that old children's story where it's like rock soup, where everyone brings everything, something to be able to make vegetable soup. Totally. And that's how this was. It was like, oh, my grandpa had a house that he could burn down because he needed to destroy it. Yeah. Because it was on the property and dilapidated. So we're like, cool, add that to the thing.
We made her really nervous this whole shoot.
Yeah, it was a different experience shooting up in South Dakota compared to making movies in LA. There weren't as many rules up there, but I think to your point, there were so many people that were so excited by what we were doing and so badly wanted to contribute in some way, and they just thought we were like the coolest thing, and so we were able to pull all these things together through your family and just through the joy of filmmaking, and it was really refreshing.
Without spoiling things, we already heard tanks, planes, fires, what's the craziest thing you guys filmed in this?
Burning the house down.
The house down was for sure the craziest night of filming.
Being inside of a burning house.
I mean, why wouldn't you be?
I mean,
But we were safe. I will say that for all the things that we're talking about in terms of these large set pieces, we took the necessary steps to make sure that first and foremost everyone was safe, because it's not.
Both of our dads were there while we were burning the house, and they were okay with it. So that was a good level of safety.
There's two people very invested in our lives as our fathers, and so they'll make sure that we're safe enough not to.
It's really true. Yeah.
But no one cares more about us not dying than our dads.
It's about ASMR, which is kind of a niche community on the internet. I say niche, but there have been 35 million videos.
The noise thing?
It's the noise thing, exactly.
Is that probably a terrible way to describe it?
No, it's a good way to describe it. It's noise that elicits kind of a tingling sensation in about 20% of the population. So it's niche in that not everyone knows about it, but as of October 2017 or October 2019, there's 35 million videos of the genre uploaded to YouTube.
So is this like nails on a chalkboard, or what are we looking at here?
Sometimes, mostly it's things that are appealing to people. Like the way that I describe it to most people is it's a digital cure for digital maladies. So a lot of people that spend 20 odd hours a day gaming or being online, they use it as kind of a come down for being online. And it kind of simulates what we're doing right now. It's like digital intimacy. Like there are very few people that you'll let in this airspace. So, yeah.
So is it a documentary or is it acted?
It's a thriller. It's a ASMR horror short.
Okay.
Yeah.
So noises that send a creepy tingle and...
Yeah, I mean, it activates a lot of different things for a lot of different people. Always after every screening, somebody comes up to me and they're like, why was I tingly? And I was like, I got you. Just type in ASMR to YouTube and go to town. But it's interesting because it's a slow burn and it's quiet and it doesn't feature any jump scares. So it's kind of a tension build over a long period of time in a film that's completely whispered.
It's an Iranian psychological thriller starring Cannes Best Actor winner Shahab Hosseini. It's about an Iranian couple and their one-year-old daughter who become trapped inside of an old hotel when strange phenomena force them to face the secrets that have come between their relationship. And how they respond to those phenomena will determine how they check out of the hotel.
Are they there by themselves, or are there other people in the hotel? Or?
It's that's something you learn in the film. But when they show up, the hotel is full. Yes.
Where did this film come from?
It was the film originally came from Iran. Actually, there was a script that was given to myself and the director Kurosh Ahari, and we just fell in love with the story. And very quickly we brought on Jeff. I think I called Jeff before we even secured any funding or anything. We were just like, hey Jeff, I think this is a cool project. I think you might want to get involved. And we had a conversation. Jeff liked it, and we partnered up very early on. And from that point, we approached Shahab, who 2 Academy Award-winning films that he's known for, The Salesman and A Separation. He fell in love with the project and with us and with Kurosh, the director. He told Kurosh, count on me as your actor, as your brother, and as your friend. And we very quickly became a close group, and then we went and made this movie.
Now, anytime somebody says trapped in a hotel, I mean, the first thing you got to go to is The Shining. Is it anything? Is there an influence? Is it related at all?
Well, it isn't, but there have been a number of analogies made to The Shining, which I would say I'm proud to have a movie that has been compared to The Shining. The other thing that's unique, it's a U.S.-American Iranian collaboration. which is really timely at this moment. We had quite a few Iranian crew. We ate Persian food. We just played in Iran at the SVRGE Film Festival. It's in Farsi with English subtitles. So, it's just really cool to build bridges right now with all that's going on.
How is that? Because, we don't have the greatest relationship with Iran right now. How do you get into an Iranian film festival?
Well, we originally, we actually got approval from the government and the film board. So we collaborated with them to make sure that it met the criteria to meet Iran's, to get into the Iranian Film Festival. And they've been good to work with. The people there, we love the people, they love us. It's this politics that's getting in the middle of it, frankly.
What kind of criteria is there to get a film in there?
Well, you were there more on that process. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the criteria, it's more like women have to wear a headdress.
Okay.
And so we allowed those limitations actually to come up with creative solutions. So for example, she's not wearing a headdress throughout the whole film, but we gave her a hoodie. And that was acceptable to pass their censorship standards. Another example is that you can't have a man and a woman in bed together. But there are some little loopholes. For example, one of them can be on top of the sheets. And there are little things that we had to do. We found creative ways to basically solve those problems. And we never sacrificed the creative integrity of the film. We never sacrificed the director's vision. We just found creative solutions to make it work.
So did you have to show them like dailies and get approval or what?
Not necessarily, but they did have to watch the film and approve it at the end of the process. And we have an Iranian producer, Mohammed Dormanesh, who was involved early on as well. And he would review some dailies or he would review stills that we would send him and just to make sure and give us approval throughout the beginning of production. But once we were kind of rolling and we got a pretty good feel for it, we were smooth sailing.
Is there anything else people should know about the film?
Well, just that we're planning to have a theatrical release in Iran. This is our second, well, technically our third festival. We did really well at Santa Barbara, but this is our Northern California premiere. We're just starting to reach out to distributors, so we hope to announce something, in the next couple months. And we're excited about all the great reviews we're getting.
More Cinequest interviews are going up on ADAMICradio.com and the YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe so you can see when those get posted. And please like and share the videos to help promote the work of these filmmakers. I'm Adamic. I'll see you later.